All right. Hey, everybody. John Troutman with Julie Troutman. We're here with Bill Johnson today. Bill has just finished and got under contract his first deal, his first flip, and he's working with REKI. And thank you for coming in today, Bill. He flew across the country just for this podcast for you guys.
Yes, I did.
He was actually here on vacation with his family and reached out, and we're happy he did. And we asked him if he wouldn't mind kind of coming on to the podcast, Truth or Comfort, and maybe telling everybody how simple flipping real estate is. Um, Joking. But having being said that, if you could just give us a little bit about your past, your history, what you do for a profession.
Sure. I'm an IT operations manager at Northwestern Health Sciences University in Bloomington, Minnesota, and been in IT probably for roughly 30 years. But in the past, once when I lived in Iowa, I owned 3 apartment buildings that I was able to buy and hold, and then eventually sold for a profit. And they were all very profitable. So,
Are you from Iowa?
no, I actually was born and raised in Illinois, but lived in Iowa when I was first married, and we've lived in Iowa, South Dakota, and now Minnesota.
Okay.
Yep.
I have to ask, did you do any wrestling? Because Iowa and wrestling Buckeyes.
No,
Okay.
no,
All
no,
right. I had to ask that.
no. University of Iowa is actually one of my alma maters, but
Okay. All right. Just checking. Just checking.
yep,
Isn't Dan Gable from Iowa?
yes, yes, very much so.
So I'm from Washington. Do you know Dan Gable's only loss
No, I don't.
was to somebody at University of Washington?
Really?
His last name is Olson.
Wow.
Nobody likes him because he won. Anyway, sorry, I leave it to me to get us off topic. Yes. So you did some or commercial apartment buildings. Other than that, had you done any fix or flips before?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay. So that's good. You didn't learn any bad habits maybe from another company, because we we love people that actually didn't go through anybody else's program, so they could just go through ours, and it's good either way is fine. But and I guess if you did go through someone else's, you get to see the difference. So
Mhm.
um, I'm glad that you didn't have to go through another person's to experience that. But could you tell us a little bit about your experience with REKI?
Yes, Stephanie was our coach, and she did a marvelous job with my son and I in showing us the ropes and helping us work our way through securing a property, giving us lots of good instruction on what to put in a contract, what not to put in a contract, what to do in terms of finding contractors and how to provide incentives for them to finish on time or penalties if they didn't.
Nice.
She led us through everything, right? Almost right down to the penny. She helped us analyze the potential profit of the property that we were looking at, and she just did a terrific job.
Tell us about your property.
Property is an upscale home. It's about 4,500 square feet with 4 bedrooms, and is located in Shorewood, Minnesota. And it turned out it was a foreclosure, and we were able to secure it at a really great price for that particular market. And once we did, we got in there, did about 60,000, not quite $60,000 worth of work in it, and then turned it around, put it on the market. We acquired it actually last August 2018, and we put it on the market just before Thanksgiving, and we just put it under contract, and we're going to make a very good profit on it.
Congratulations.
Yes,
you.
that's always good to hear, making very good profits. So we don't need to get into that. We just need to know that you made a good profit. So, um, just out of curiosity, would you, with your experience, like as far as the value, would you say it was worth signing up for REKI?
Oh yes, every penny, every penny. It helped us find our way through and understand where the market is today, and understand how to look at where the market might be going, so that we can adjust our strategies as we move forward. And I think without Stephanie's and without Riki's training, we'd still be kind of flailing around trying to figure out our way through. But Stephanie gave us the confidence to be able to get this done.
From a owner standpoint, I love hearing it because it's kind of a cultural thing. Like you just looking, like I know, like you got double the sessions that you paid for, although it was up to you to initiate that. I love the fact that you did and took advantage of it, you and your son, because that's what it's there for. But I hear so many times people say, "Oh, I signed up for this program. I got 4 sessions or whatever it is." It's enough to get people dangerous. I think you had 45 sessions,
Yes.
and knowing that, like in that, I mean, I just like that you took advantage of it, that you were able to, and I like that in our culture as a company, our whole thing is to under promise, over deliver, and it sounds like Stephanie did that.
She did. She did. Very much so.
Good. We'll do something special for Stephanie. It's pretty common, but it's less common. I think it's more about when the new investor, like yourself and your son, get started and being able to stick with it.
Yes.
What do you think? What do you think that was? We haven't talked about that. So what do you contribute that to, or attribute that to, being able to stick with it?
I guess I'd have to say that both my son and I were very focused on trying to get this done and make it successful. And we both are avid readers of Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, who really helped us find the right attitude to make this work. And I'll tell you, in the dark moments when we thought this is not going to happen and whatnot, we would think back and we reread some of the chapters in Think and Grow Rich, and that really enabled us to be able to move forward and persevere and be persistent in the entire process. Couple that with what Stephanie was teaching us at the time, it just helped us to be able to have the confidence to make it happen.
Yeah, mindset is the number one thing, especially when starting something like this. You're basically going out to be an entrepreneur, right? And
Yep.
and you have to have thick skin, and you have to have the right mindset.
Yep.
We, in our training, our number one thing that we always start with now, and this is in our new system, and when we ever do events, it starts with a gentleman by the name of Jim Madrid, who teaches neuroscience and works with professional athletes and just a wide gamut of people, professional salespeople, CEOs, executives of companies, to get their mindset right. And we gladly hire him to come in. He is and has been with us. I brought him in when we started the company just to make sure that the mindset was right as the culture. And it's phenomenal and amazing what mindset does. It's probably the number one thing when doing this, because if you have a bad mindset and a bad attitude about it, like you said, it's not going to work.
It's not going to work. No. And I'll be honest, there were moments where we thought, oh gee, is this really going to happen?
Right.
I mean, especially Stephanie was very good in telling us the first flip is very nerve-wracking. And there were times when it was, but we also tried to stay focused and tried to not let that get us down. And we would always persevere and turn it around. And as in any project, we had an issue with a leak coming down from the kitchen sink into the bedroom below. And it was a surprise. We weren't expecting that, but it was one of those surprises.
Sounds like one of our properties that we put on the market. Yes.
And of course, we had to fix that, and that was an extra cost that while we had anticipated having a contingency in our budget, we had to draw out of that contingency to make it work, and we did. But still, it was like one of those, oh gee, here we go, kind of things, and hope there were no more surprises, which there weren't. So.
Well, that's good. Yeah. So, yeah, this last project we did had multiple of those at the end, and it was like, where did these leaks come from? Like we fixed one and there was another one.
Yep.
But Yeah, so you have to factor in your contingencies when you are rehabbing for sure, because it
Yep.
seems like every project has one, and if you don't, great, and if it's only one, great, let it be small. Um, would you recommend REKI to people that are watching or listening to us today?
Absolutely would. I think REKI is a great organization that provides you with the knowledge to become successful in the real estate investing business.
What's next for you in real estate?
Well, we're looking at well, right now actually, my son who's back in Minneapolis right now, he's looking at some additional properties for us to try to get into. I'm not sure about what it would be like in the southern areas, but up in the Minneapolis area, the real time to sell property is in the spring and summer.
Yeah.
And so what we want to do is try to get into another property here as quickly as we can and get it rehabbed and ready to go so then we can turn around and put it on the market in late March, early April. So that's our intention to try to get it out there. We're also looking at possibly doing some commercial property. We're interested in trying to do that. We need to learn more about it before we move forward on it. But on the other, and that's where I think REGI will come in valuable for us. But we're wanting to move forward and try to do some commercial property. And also, the long-term strategy is maybe every fourth or fifth house or property that we buy, that we would buy it and hold it for rental purposes, so we can start to develop some passive income for ourselves over time. So, yep.
Yeah, I always say the fix and flip game is a job, but you want to start to create the residual income through that whole process as well.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes.
So by buying those rentals, that's exactly what you're doing. So that's good. I mean, that's what we encourage as well. That's our model. So I love it. You have any other questions? I have one.
You have your token question.
Yes.
Go for it.
Okay. So with any of these profits, I know that you're going to roll them into the next project and eventually have the rentals. Any plans on buying a Lamborghini with any of that money?
No, not me. Maybe my son, because he needs a new car actually, but not me. No, my plan is to retire from my full time job and then do real estate investing in retirement, and because it'll give me more flexible time, I won't have to go to an office every day, those kinds of things, and to partner with my son has been a great experience. What he just got married actually, and so we're hoping that the real estate investing will give him a lifetime of income for him and his future family as they have children and become my grandchildren. For me, it's more trying to develop an income stream to help me in retirement, so I'm comfortable in retirement.
I like that, and that's really good goals. And very achievable. The one thing that you guys haven't experienced yet, and you guys get to, and I'm excited for you, is when you see that family get to enjoy the house that you worked on. I sometimes forget it. My father always brings it up to me that you did all this, and now this family that's in there gets to
Yes.
enjoy it, and
Yes.
it's pretty cool to see. So I'm excited for you guys to be able to see that.
Yes. That both my son and I are very focused on trying to provide properties that will work well for families in a middle class environment. That's what we're trying to do, to give them a property that they can claim as a home. They can move into it and then they can enjoy it for years and years.
I love it.
Yeah, that's great.
Well, perfect. Thanks for coming on today.
Yeah.
I know we blindsided you with this, and
Oh, no,
I appreciate
that's okay.
you being a good sport. So,
Yeah.
hey, those of
Thank
you who
you.
are watching, if you end up coming in here, just know we could put you on a podcast at any second.
There you go.
All right. Thanks again.
Yep. Thank you.
All right.
All
Awesome story.
Thanks.
Yes. All right.
Do this whole social media blast thing too at the end of it. Follow us on blah 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 blah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Do you want me just to say it? Okay, I'll just add it right now. All right. We
You can do it after too.
no. Like, if what's this on? We put it on our YouTube, right?
YouTube, iTunes, Facebook, Spotify.
Well, how do I know all this stuff? All right, hey, so you can follow this, follow us, and view this or view all of them on YouTube. It's YouTube/Real Estate KI or Real Estate Knowledge Institute. What is it, man? Why don't you come over here and tell everybody where it's at? No, Spotify. What'd you say?
Look on the screen. below.
iTunes. Yeah, yeah. Just look on the screen. It's all there. It's we're everywhere.